friends, welcome to the collective. I don't know if you remember, but I am using Felicity Jane. And what I thought I would do is do a black and white layout. I'm doing this during a crop, and I have a couple challenges that this would work for. So mostly black and white with only a little bit of color is one, and another one is like a layering, like more and more and more and more challenge, where you just kind of go for it. And what I was thinking, I was gonna just do stuff out of my color drawers, and then I was thinking, all right, I have to do a collective video, and Felicity Jane is fab for having black and white elements. So I'm like, this must be meant to be. So what I did is I went ahead and there's a photo for this. It is in all my stuff. I have this set of photos right here, and I thought it would be fun because there's blue there. This daughter here has a little bit of blue on, and yeah, Nick is just decorative in this, so it's squad over everything. Yes. So we're gonna use that photo. It's just gonna be fun and whimsical and all of that, so I don't need to get too serious with this. And I went ahead and started by going through the elements that I have in my kit, where I can just pull out black and white. So I have black and white here. I have washi that has black on it. What's in here? There's white bows, but once again, I think those are too uber dimensional. Yeah, great washi right here. I have a couple of, are those navy or black? Oh, these are black for sure. So I have, that's navy. That's getting next. Little cute black puffy bits. So I'm going to just go through things, layer them up, have probably too much fun while I do this, and pull in black and white elements with just a little bit of blue. Like I like this blue here because it's kind of like that mid-tone blue. So I'm going to do that and take you along with me and see what fun shenanigans we can, ooh, that's a glare, that we can come up with for this. All right, so I'll go ahead and fast forward the next bits and see where it takes us. I'm excited. All righty, I'm cutting off this branding strip, and one of the cool things about Felicity Jane is their branding strips are gorgeous. They're absolutely usable, so you got to hang on to them. You never know when you might need a little shelf or something on your layout that you can use one. So in my Felicity Jane box, I have tissue paper from a couple of the kits. I have black and white polka dot, as well as this fab black and white plaid. Buffalo plaid? I'm not quite sure. So I thought I should use a piece of that because it's going to give me definitely a different, oh, see, there's the other one, textural kind of an element to it because, you know, of course I'll have pattern paper and all that kind of stuff. And since I've been holding on to this really great tissue paper for over a year, it's probably time, over a year? Nah, it'll be about a year for Black Friday, I think. I think that's when I got all this stuff. Not quite sure. So I'm also going to go ahead and take a look at my scraps because I always like to do that and see what I can tuck in around the photo out of product that I've already used. So right here, and remember I wanted to really concentrate on black and white, and I'm going to do some of that mid-tone blue as we go along. So on these cut-apart cards, I did like the black and white little piece that you see there. I'm going to make sure to layer that as well. And I'm just going to start going for it. I'm going to just start getting a little adhesive on the back, not all over the entire back, you know, just enough to be able to start sticking things down because I do have plans to tuck goodies here, there, and everywhere as I go. So as you see, I'm just using just that corner, but it's going to work. And I think it's because my color palette is so limited that it's going to work. And I'm using patterns that come in different sizes and the different textures and all of that. So I know a lot of people say that I can mix and mix paper, which I can. I do love to mix all of the things. But with this, starting with a really kind of, it's not like it's just monochromatic, but starting with a very strict color palette really makes it easy to do. I'm going to go ahead and use this Heidi Swap texture paste with my new Vicky Bouton stencil. It is beyond fab, and that stencil is from my Mind the Scrap scrapbooking kit. But I'm sure you can pick up the Vicki Boutin stencils. It came in a pack of 3, all over the place. And this is one of the things I decided to do since I'm using so much black and white, is I thought I could get a little bit of extra texture and kind of something going on in the background. Now I am putting this over pattern paper, but if I can create texture and additional interest in my background and all that stuff, it is perfect. And the sentiments on this stencil are about perfect for my kids clowning around. Just lots of nice sounding things. So that's getting all on there, and I'm making sure to spread it pretty thin as well. My interest is to have a little texture and a little something something going on, but not waiting for days for it to dry. I'm going to go ahead and smoosh some of the difference and muck up my page just a little bit, as you see there, and I like it. I also went ahead and put a little bit of some stitching looking rub-ons kind of around where that texture paste is. And it has a slight shine to it, so it is giving me just a little bit more as well. And this is where I'm going to just start going for it. What's black and white in my kit? Yeah, that's my main concentration to start. This is a little chipboard piece, and it is perfect. It is nice and scallopy and cute, and I'm going to go ahead and use a second one and tuck it into those layers. It's adding a rounded shape where there are so many hard edges. So that's another one of those things that I like to do. I don't need it all linear, and I don't need it all round. I need it to have more and more and more. All right, so these little notebooky papers are so incredibly cute that are in the die cuts. And when I say die cuts, they're almost chipboard. They're such a great weight with this company. I really enjoy them. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop up this little word that I have here that says happy, just with a little bit of fun foam. I use the kind that you see right there. It is adhesive on one side, which just kind of makes it go along slightly quicker. I get it at Michael's with a half-off coupon. So it comes to $4 a pack, and I probably go through 2 packs a year, so that is not bad at all. So that is one of the die cuts, and like I said, it's almost chipboard kind of quality. It's really nice stuff. So I'm seeing if I can if I can come up with a full word using these chipboard little letter stickers, and I believe I can. I think I'm going to write the word squad, which is just, goofy. It really doesn't mean anything, but, it says squad over everything. The next product I am using is some of the pieces that are they're like white foam, and they're kind of cool because you can give your words just a little bit of bend if you need to. I always like those kind of products. So, and it's nice because it's a nice stark white. These pieces I'm trying to get off right there, not having that much luck, but I am trying, are just little washi pieces, and I'm trying to see where that might work. You get a nice little partial, I don't know, you can see through it a little bit, definitely not opaque, and so I'm going to sprinkle that around my page in a few places. Just trying to add as much as I can to give myself some nice full clusters. So I'm finally able to get a couple of these washi little sticker pieces off. This is what happens when I cut my nails too short. I can't get that under that little tiny lip of these things. But I did go ahead and put some of those pieces in a couple different areas. They had some almost see-through hearts with really faint black lines, and that sticker that said, I love this. So, so I don't know, is happy my title or is this squad my title? I don't know. I just liked making a fun little whimsical something. Now, people always ask, how long do you wait for your modeling paste to dry? It's not dry. It's not dry at all. So I figured, it's on thin, but it's not dry. So it's doing okay. I'm just trying to work around it a little bit and not get my hands in it all that much. But if it does smudge a little bit, it won't matter because I did this in such a mixed media kind of a format. So I'm going in yet another collection and digging out the little black and white bits. I'm popping this great little heart up on a little bit of Frankenstein pieces of foam. And when I say Frankenstein, it's at the top of my desk. I keep all my leftover bits. And sometimes they're different colors on the back. Sometimes they're irregular shapes. But I like to use all of the bits, and they always come in handy. Sometimes you just need the smallest amount. So I hold on to them and find a place to put them as I go. So I'm putting those up, and I'm putting both of my hearts up on Fun Foam. I'm putting a lot of my elements up that way. I have my photo. I did not do the foam behind it, so I'm doing the foam with just a lot of my elements. Now, the reason why I trimmed off a little bit of the foam that was on the back of that heart is I wanted it to rest on top of that white and black circle heart. And yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna get the rest of these pieces on and then start trying to figure out what I want to do with the blue stuff. So I did tuck a couple little banner pieces in, and then I found this chipboard arrow that would work, giving myself a little, little directional something something to the word happy, making sure that's pretty darn straight. I mean, this is pretty, wonky of a layout as it is, but I do have some of the pieces in a nice orientation. Is that a nice way to put it? They're nice and squared off on a couple of the pieces. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of this foam. Since I do have it in one spot, I'd like to have things in odd numbers if at all possible. And it brings your eye back and forth across the page when you do that rather nicely as well. So this is a set that you saw me cutting open right there of Felicity Jane. They're like enamel pieces, I believe, and they're from a Christmas collection. But I mean, they're only snowflakes if you want them to be snowflakes. So I thought that I could find a way to see what would work with that. But then my eye caught a look at these cute little tiny adorable mini tags, and they also come with some string. So I thought that would add kind of a nice textile type element on this, so I put 3 on my page. All right, so I'm finally starting to add some of the baby blue, and I'm trying to see where this arrow might make sense to me. Oh, and before I forget, down below are links to the other ladies that are working on the collective this month. I don't know how it's going to go for December. People will obviously be very busy with the holidays and all that kind of stuff, so we'll just see how that month goes. I mean, so many people will be doing December dailies or December documented or all of those kind of events that, yeah, it's pretty much a wait and see. Don't know how much we'll get done. So these are Felicity Jane little puffies, and puffies are my very favorite products in scrapbooking. So, how kind of Felicity Jane to make some, and I'm grabbing that mid blue tone like I said, and I thought it went really well, and actually part of the reason why is my youngest daughter is wearing a blue scrunchie in her hair, and my older daughter has a blue toned outfit on as well. So it's bringing out the colors that they are wearing. I can't tell if Nick has blue in his flannel or not. No idea. Anywho, so that's all I'm doing here is I'm giving myself some fun little texture as well as using puffy stickers. And these actually have real adhesive on them. I know a lot of you know about my weird adhesive issue that I hate that adhesive things aren't sticky, but these actually are sticky. Total win. So I went back through that little 4x6 photo box that you see right there to take a look to see if there's any other elements I might be able to use that's in there. Those are a bunch of little cut apart pieces that came in various kits, and I just have them stacked up in that little box. Just wanting to use the goodies that I took the time to actually cut out. So, I was just looking out the window. For some reason there's a big pickup truck out front. I'm like, what's that about? Anywho, I'm looking through my different sequins, seeing if I have any that are in the right color family. And I'm going to use these, I believe it's Zots, the minuscule size of the little adhesive dots. I love those little things for sequins. So I didn't have as many sequin colors as I wanted to work with this, so I thought I'd go ahead and use a little bit of mixed media to make some little circly dots, and you know, they come out really nicely. They keep their nice mounded shape, and yeah, they dry beautifully. So I'm still getting my enamel dot little shape and also being able to get some sequin usage on this layout. I really enjoy when all of that stuff comes together. So when I go ahead and tap on that stuff, that's so that sometimes when I'm using this mixed media stuff, I can get kind of like a little ice cream cone kind of top on the top, or you know, it goes up into a point. And if I tap on the table or underneath it, that usually settles down into a little bit of a mound. So that's going to be about it for this layout. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of it a little bit closer and add a bit of a still shot for you to see. Oh, this is where I go in and say, you know, I just need some white enamel dots. I'm going to add a still shot so you can see what that looks like. And I think it ended up turning out pretty great. It is black and white for sure, with just some shots of the medium blue. I wouldn't have wanted to use navy with it because I still have that old school thing about black and navy together, and sometimes they can be a little bit too close in color. But definitely the medium blue does work for this, and it does highlight the girls. Now here's a close-up once again, just with those big giant enamel dots and the different white enamel dots. What was kind of cool was to be able to use up some of those giant honking size ones on this when it's like on that white on white. All right, bye friends. Thanks for watching.